Welcome to day 13 of my 30-day water fast. I'm Dave, and this is Dave Does Life. So today I want to talk about something that almost nobody mentions when they talk about fasting, and it's not glamorous. Let's start with keto breath, because that's usually the first thing people notice. When you're fasting, your body switches to burning fat, obviously. One of the byproducts of this process is something called acetone. It's a ketone and it leaves your body through your breath. That's why the smell can be described as sometimes fruity, but mostly metallic, or sometimes like, like nail polish remover, which is acetone. The important thing to understand is this: it's not pure, it's not bad hygiene, and it's not something rotting or or infected. It's chemistry. And here's the funny part: you notice it far more than anyone else. However, other people can notice it. Most people around you won't pick it up nearly as strong as you think. Now, the next one is fuzzy teeth and coated tongue. This one surprised me the first time I fasted. You brush your teeth, everything feels clean, and then an hour later, your teeth feel fuzzy again. And your tongue looks and feels coated. What's happening here is mostly reduced saliva. When you're eating normally, chewing and digestion stimulate saliva production. When you're fasting, that drops way down. Saliva is one of the main ways your mouth naturally cleans itself, so less saliva means bacteria and proteins build up faster, especially on the tongue. And it happens all day, every day. Brushing helps, but it feels temporary because, the underlying cause hasn't changed. You can brush your teeth and brush your tongue, but that underlying cause of it is still there. Again, this is normal during fasting. The next one is the dreaded body odor. Another thing people don't like to talk about is personal odor changes. But during fat loss, your body releases fat soluble compounds. Okay. Some of those exit through sweat. That can make your natural scent change. Sometimes stronger and sometimes just simply different. You might notice, what I've noticed is deodorant feels less effective, or that the smell just kind of comes in waves. But it doesn't mean toxins are pouring out of your system or anything dramatic like that. It's simply just a different metabolic state. Um, what you'll also find is other kind of odd sensations. Um, Especially, like I say, a metallic taste in your mouth. Uh, Definitely dry mouth. I get that constantly, which actually, thinking about it, the dry mouth actually helps me in a way because I'm constantly drinking water. So I'm helping with that flush, I'm helping hydrate, and I still get dry mouth. You sometimes you can feel that tongue coating that just keeps on coming back. Even a feeling like your mouth is just never fresh. None of these, none of these are signs that something's wrong. They're signs that, your body is running on a different fuel system. Now, this is the important part right here. These symptoms do not mean that, just automatically mean that you're sick or that you have an infection or that you're damaging your body by fasting or that fasting is unsafe for you because you're experiencing these side effects. They're uncomfortable, yes, that is absolutely true, but they're common and they're temporary, and they usually kind of come and go in stages. For most people, these things kind of lessen as the body adapts, or they disappear. Or they disappear rapidly after refeeding. And in my case, refeeding takes 3 days, 4 days max, the way that I refeed. And when I get to that stage, I will. Once this fast is over at 30 days, I'm not going to stop the vlog abruptly. I'm going to take you right through the whole refeed process. Um, Again, I digress, but uh, we'll get back to the topic at hand here. For most people, again, these symptoms just rapidly end after refeeding. You'll have saliva production returns, your breath normalizes, body odor settles back to something reasonable and manageable. In my experience, they're more annoying than concerning. And once you know why they're happening and that it's absolutely normal, it's psychologically easier to deal with, um, and toleration. I chuckle at this topic simply because I'm already pre-aware of why these things are happening, and I'm well aware that they're going to happen over the course of a long-term fast, even some short-term fast. I just find it amusing because I know that they're happening, and nobody wants to talk about it. I don't think I've ever seen a YouTube video where, and there are thousands of YouTube videos out there about fasting, and the science behind it and everything, but it is rare, if at all, anybody talks about this particular subject. So I just personally find it a little bit amusing. Um, I wanted to talk about it though, because I remember experiencing these things for the first time and going, what is happening? What is going on? Is this normal? So if you're fasting and noticing any of this, you're absolutely not alone. And you're absolutely not doing anything wrong. This is part of the fasting transition that your body is going through. This is just part of the mechanics. If you want to get those toxic substances out of your system, this is just all part of that mechanism. So as always, this is just my personal experience. This is not medical advice, as you're well aware. And I'm sharing it so people don't feel blindsided by by the unglamorous part. So thanks for listening. That's where I am today, and I'll see you tomorrow.
Oh, 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 Dave does lie.